Muthalani will show us a new theater class that specializes in just that.
Later in the show, Cameron Silva will report on a rare phenomenon that some students may struggle with.
And Reagan Ranzer will provide insight on a new Disney-themed marathon, as well as reveal an old fan favorite that is now available on Netflix.
Eagle Nation News starts right now.
Good morning, Prosper High School. Today is Thursday, April 27th. I'm Brandon Bonaparte.
And I'm Abby Smith. Here are today's top stories. As you might have seen him in the hallways, Dr. Burdett has been on campus preparing for his transition to the school next year. If you were not able to make it to the school on the 24th, Dr. Burdett held a meet and greet to answer parents and students' questions, address concerns about next year, and give the community a little bit of an idea of how he runs a high school.
Dr. Mike Goddard recently accepted the superintendent position at Red Oaks ISD. Dr. Goddard has served on Prosper ISD's administrative staff for the past 6 years, overseeing all businesses and operations within the school district. We here at ENN wish Dr. Goddard the best of luck as he further continues his career in education.
STEAM Expo Night will be held tonight in the high school from 6 to 8 o'clock. Here, students will be able to get a closer look into the different branches of STEAM and the diverse activities that the STEAM program has to offer.
Synesthesia is a rare disease which causes the brain to register numbers and letters as colors. Cameron Silva is here with an inside look at this neurological phenomenon.
For some people, reading is a task that doesn't seem very complicated. It can be carried out without much effort. For student Blake Myring, it can be a little confusing sometimes. Blake has synesthesia, which means the human brain confuses words, symbols, numbers, sounds, and colors around when the person who has the condition sees it.
When I see numbers, my brain automatically associates them with colors and symbols for some numbers, like the number 6 is red.
One can actually get synesthesia from a head injury, so people do not have to be born with it to have it. People that started experiencing synesthesia as a result of head trauma or other incidents have acquired synesthesia, and those that have always had synesthesia have developmental synesthesia. Blake has had it all his life and has learned to deal with it.
I first noticed that it was out of the ordinary when I was hanging out with one of my friends, and I was just drawing on a little toy, and then he was wondering what I was doing, and he's like, "Oh, what are you drawing?" And so I kind of looked at him weird because I was like, well, duh, this is 67. And all it was a bunch of squiggles. Like, that's not the way I see it anymore, but it's changed over time. And he was like, what? No, you're a liar.
Most days, Blake's condition doesn't really bother him. However, there are some situations where it can make things more complicated.
So day to day, no, it doesn't really bother me. I'm pretty much used to it. I've lived with it for 15 years, so, But sometimes on tests or on sheets of paper where there's a lot of numbers all together, then it's kind of like a sensory overload, and I panic a little, and so that's my excuse for not doing well on math tests.
About 1 in 100 people have this condition, and some may not even realize it. These are some examples of things people with synesthesia can see. To test if you have synesthesia, go to www.synesthesia.com. The website asks some questions, and in the end will show your score compared to people who have taken it with synesthesia. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Cameron Silva.
When we come back, Kester Muthalali will preview a new theater class that will be available to students next year.
FCA will be meeting during Eagle Time on Friday starting April 21st in room 1228. The annual senior campout is scheduled for Friday, April 28th from 7 to 11 p.m. in the MPF.
The Prosper football team is looking for a football practice videographer. Anyone interested, please see Coach Ryan in room 2234.
A free outdoor concert featuring jazz band from Reynolds, Rogers, and Prosper High School will be on May 5th from 6 to 8:30 p.m.
The PHS theater class has been recognized for its outstanding actors, skilled lighting crew, and intricate designers. But the side of the theater program that is often overlooked is the directing. A new class here at Prosper is dedicated to highlighting these young directors. Kester Muthalali steps inside the class to take a closer look.
Prosper High will be including a new directing class next year for students who would like to improve their directing abilities. We've asked around, and several theater students agreed in wanting to take this class to carry out and lead their own productions.
Having a lot of us that are super interested in like playwriting and directing, it's a really good combination class for those of us who want to kind of experiment without having to seriously commit.
We then went to the teacher of the class, Mr. Stevens, to see what's in store for students next year.
It's the first time we're offering the class. It's a new class offered by the state of Texas. And technically there's two classes. There's a directing and a playwriting class. And we kind of took a vote from the kids, and they decided that they kind of wanted to do both. So we're going to do a little bit of script writing, and then we're going to do mostly directing. The overall arching goal for the class is to write a couple of things and then direct multiple scenes. So it's basically going to make kids better storytellers, better filmmakers, better play directors, but it will make them better actors because they will be able to empathize and relate to their directors better when they get to college, when they get into the real world, and hopefully here.
Though the class is ambitious, there are suspicions to whether the class will become a reality.
So I'm not worried of it not making at all. I think it's a 100% go. I think the hardest thing is going to be the following year when kids want to take it again. Then we're going to have to create another section of the class. That's my biggest fear, is just it growing bigger than we can maintain.
The Prosper Theater directing class will be a great place for those who have an ambition and a dream, but it'll be a perfect place for those who want to make their dream a reality. Its future rests in your hands.
Now let's see what Reagan Ranzer has for us in today's social media update.
Good morning, Prosper High School. I'm Reagan Ranzer, back with your daily dose of social media. This past weekend in Orlando, Florida, Disney hosted its first ever Star Wars themed marathon. The runners dressed up as Star Wars characters as they ran a 10K through the parks. Disney set up fun entertainment such as having the runners run through a battle of Ewoks, stormtroopers marching on the sides, and even had lasers during the night to represent lightsabers. Now, I would make a Star Wars pun, but I wouldn't want to force it. Anyway, your favorite childhood scientist is back and is up to date. Bill Nye the Science Guy reveals his new hit series on Netflix called Bill Nye Saves the World. But not only did he get its own network, he recruited Tyler the Creator to produce a brand new theme song. If wondering why Bill chose Tyler the Creator, he states, "He's a man, he gets music." So let's all hope it's still as catchy as his old theme song. Also, prom season is coming up, so ask your date and post it to Twitter and hashtag ENN Promposals to have a chance to be featured on ENN. And seniors, only 37 more days of school left, so finish strong. Also, we want to see your transformation pictures from freshman year till now, so post it on Twitter and hashtag ENN Transformation. But make sure you are following @EagleNation News for prizes, updates, and more. Well, that's a wrap for today's social media update. I'm Reagan Ranzer.
After this commercial break, Jake Fine is in studio with your 3-day weather forecast.
Prosper Talonette Spring Show is April 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10. NHS applications are due this Friday, April 28th by 4 p.m. to Miss Stevens in 1168F or Mr. Seegers in 1254. Any junior boys interested in signing up for the Powder Puff cheer team, please see coaches Ashley Richardson, Haley Stallings, Carolyn Yee, and Emily Crone. Turn in senior baby pictures to Miss Hamlin in room 1256 by Friday, April 28th.
What is up, Eagle Nation? I'm Jake Fine, back again for your prized weather forecast. After some major storms that brought some major rain yesterday, we are left with a pretty nice day today. It is partly cloudy with the current temperature hovering around 60 degrees. Now it should warm up as we move through the day, reaching the high of 80 right around the time we're leaving school. But don't get used to those cooler temperatures you felt coming into school this morning. That cold front that came in with the storms is starting to move out. The temperatures are starting to warm up again, with the high tomorrow reaching 85. Looking towards the weekend, those temperatures will start to drop again, the high on Saturday being 81. And with that drop of temperatures comes, yep, you guessed it, more storms. Some rain should move in Saturday morning with a good chance of thunderstorms as the day progresses. We are right in the middle of the spring season, so you might want to get used to that rain in the forecast. Sunday, those storms should move out, however, so at least we will get one nice day out of our weekend. Well, that's all I got for you today. I'm Jake Fine. Back to you guys at the desk.
After this commercial break, Mackenzie Hamilton is at the Sports Deck with your sports update.
This is the final week to buy your prom tickets. Cost is $85 per person and can be purchased online on the PHS website in the announcement section. Tickets will not be sold at the door. Bring new and used children's books to benefit the Children's Hospital. Donation boxes are in the library and cafeteria. Men's Warehouse will be at PHS Thursday, April 27th during all lunches and after school until 5 p.m. to take orders for prom. A $20 deposit or a full payment will be accepted.
Brandon, earlier this week, Earls Golf competed in their regional tournament.
And those who made it to the regional track meet will be in action tomorrow. Here with your sports update is Mackenzie Hamilton. Mackenzie?
Thank you. Today we will be going over the women's golf team's performance in regionals, looking at the regional qualifiers from the area track meet from last week, and recognizing the senior lacrosse players who had their senior night on Tuesday. The women's golf team appeared at the regionals for their 8th time this year. The team made up of Carly Tinsley, Emily Nystrom, Mackenzie Floyd, Caroline Weatherly, and Cassidy McAlpine did not advance to state, but lone senior Mackenzie Floyd had a great finish to her high school career. In the area track meet last week, Prosper had several athletes earn their spot in the regional meet. The following are those who will be heading to UT Arlington tomorrow to compete. Haley Killinger placed second in the triple jump. Abby Williams placed third in the 3200 and second in the 1600. Tatum Castillo placed second in the 800. Rain Johnson placed third in the 100 hurdles. Sam Rizzo placed second in the 3200 and third in the 1600. Lastly, the Prosper Eagle lacrosse team celebrated their seniors on Tuesday night. Oren Clark, Ben Kusamani, Colin Harbour, Drew Dixon, Cole Turner, and Josh Fisk and Clay Farron were all recognized after the ceremony. The Eagles had a close game but lost 9-8 in overtime. That's all the time I have for you today. For Eagle Nation Sports, I'm Mackenzie Hamilton. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Now here is one final announcement. The Spirit Leadership class is selling Mr. Wright's memory shirt. The shirt features all of his quotes over the past 5 years at Prosper. Money will go to support the game day celebration by purchasing your comfort color shirt at the Eagle Shack. The last day to order is May 1st, and the cost is $15.
That's going to do it for our show today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Abby Smith.
And I'm Brennan Bonaparte. Live long and prosper.